Hi, it's been a week and a day actually, because I was a bit too busy yesterday to make a video, but yeah, I made sure today to make it as fast as I can, so we can actually make the first week progress. So I would say it's been very productive. It's been a good week. Last week I said I made some documents to track my progress, and I already wrote some of it down, and I had this week 14 dreams that I remembered and that I wrote down. 14 dreams, one of which was a lucid dream. And it was just a few seconds, but it's still something. It's still like an actual progress of the entire preparation I've been making, because for the last month, when I trained my dream recall, when I trained my shadow memory, I only got to remember some dreams. Maybe they became a little bit more vivid. But this week I had my first this year's lucid dream. Even though it was short, it still shows that I actually make progress. And I had another one, but the next one was even shorter. It would last 2 seconds and I woke up immediately. Technically, I know it still counts as a lucid dream, but yeah, the first one was way better. So the lucid dream, it was 10 seconds, but we can still analyze this 10 seconds. I would say it's because of it's shorter, it's way easier to analyze it. So in this dream, I didn't make any reality check. There was no clear dream sign. Basically, I had an awareness moment where I just looked around with a clear mind, I would say, and realized it's a dream. So basically an awareness method, I would say. Maybe some dream sign induced, but I remember only that I became a little bit more aware of my surroundings, and that made me lucid. And the thing that I started to do immediately, because the dream started to fade out as soon as I became lucid, it started to fade out. I can't remember pretty much any. I remember the dream pretty clearly from when it was going and I wasn't lucid, but the second I became lucid, I don't remember anything about the dream, despite the fact that I was thinking clearly. I was lucid, and I've been much more aware. And the thing that I did immediately was I started to do a stabilization method, because I already made some preparations for what to do when the lucid dream happens. And the thing that you need to do is, especially when it starts to fade out like mine did, you have to stabilize it to keep the dream state, even though to be still lucid, but to keep the dream state. Basically, you have to restabilize the dream. I don't know how to explain it, but when the dream starts to fade out, you can make it so that it can go back to the dream state. The thing that I started to do was to rub my hands. I did it for about the 10 seconds, the entire duration of my lucid dream. And as soon as the dream started to become a little bit clearer, I decided to stop and to do something completely random and call my friend inside the dream that I have a lucid dream. And I called him and he didn't answer. I called him again, he didn't answer. I got mad and I woke up. And basically that's it, but the fact that I did the stabilization technique inside the dream is crazy, because that shows that it was really a lucid dream. I do reality checks, I do awareness technique during the day. I don't do the stabilization technique. I only learn about them because you do them inside a dream. And I knew that was a lucid dream and I started doing it. It's a very good milestone, I would say. It shows that I actually made some serious progress, and this is the entire point of making all these vlogs, because I wanted to see if I can realistically when I actually put myself to work and write down all the things that I do, all the dreams I have, if then I can only see if there is a progress or if I keep working for nothing. And for at least now, I see that there is some progress. Maybe doing all of this actually makes sense and I can actually train. The thing that I am most scared of is that all of those things are gonna make me just more confident, but they are not gonna do anything. They're not gonna bring me to any results and just gonna end up in me giving up. But like I said, I'm gonna keep doing it for as long as I possibly can, even if I won't have any progress. But for now I do have. And then we can see if I can take the next step. So instead of just stabilizing the lucid dream, I will be able to control it, to do the thing I'm actually doing the lucid dreams for, to go to a Pandora, to the avatar world. And this is my motivational goal. It is just here for two reasons. One, because that's the main purpose of why I'm gonna do this, and secondly, it keeps motivating me. I have to remind myself, why am I doing this? I have to remind myself that's gonna be very fucking awesome, and I have to keep pushing towards this goal and keep doing this work, because in this week I had nights I often wake up during the night after a dream. I had to write it down, then I want to fall asleep, and either I sometimes feel that I can go back to dream immediately. Sometimes I just lay there and I can't fall asleep, and I have to. There was some times when I woke up like an hour or an hour and a half before my intended alarm, and I just couldn't fall back asleep, and I had to wake up, just get out of bed, and it was like a 1 hour or two times, but it's waking up in the middle of the night is still cool because I can remember my dream and I can perform the mild again and fall asleep again because I gained experience. It's doing mild. It's kind of purely it relies on discipline, I would say, because I have to make myself do it and just keep my mind focused. I am very, very easily distracted, and it's difficult to keep myself thinking about this, to actually do this technique. I have to make myself doing the doing the meditation. In my next dream, I'm gonna realize the dream and keep doing this. Visualization. My fucking Slavic accent. Visualization is very cool for me because I have a very wild imagination. I love to imagine things, and I often change some emotions with it. That's cool, but still I have to be focused on it and just not be distracted. So falling asleep is kind of tricky, but I get a hang of it, and as we can see, there is some motivation for me, not just the main goal, but also the lucid dream that I already had. The two I already had, technically, and I think that's it for this week. See you next week, and hopefully we'll have some more experience and progress to share, or at least we'll keep training. See ya.